Rally Whangarei, a two-day assault on New Zealand's Northland roads. The event begins with a shakedown, an official stage used to complete final preparations on the cars prior to the beginning of the event. For Hayden Paddon, it's a chance to confirm the car is ready for 250 kilometres of rallying. As the sun sets, it's time for the ceremonial start. With all 67 entrants lining Whangarei's iconic Te Mato I Pohi Bridge, it's a great chance for fans to meet the crews and get the signatures of their favourite competitors.
So yeah, started the rally and always lots of locals turn out here at the rally, so of course can. It's always an awesome atmosphere here, and especially Pohi Island, two super specials. Really cool vibe in town, and yes, you definitely feel that rallying's on the up here in New Zealand. Yeah, obviously all the rallies that we can do in New Zealand is valuable seat time, and before we go overseas we have no illusions that the competition's just another level. The rallies here in New Zealand are perfect seat time for John and I to get warmed up and to try and get a bit of rhythm before we head back to Europe.
The thing we miss nowadays being away from WRC is just doing events week after week after week. Nowadays Hayden and I have been so many years together that there's a level of trust developed that's just completely natural, and yeah, it works fantastically well inside the car. We're completely different people, but it works well.
In emphatic fashion, the combination take 2 stage wins to start the event, gaining over 7 seconds ahead of their competition in just 2.5 kilometres of competitive stages. Saturday and the first full day of rallying. Hayden sets out to defend his Rally Whangarei title. Based north of the city, the day consists of 4 stages, with a repeat loop in the afternoon.
Into max 4 right plus opens, 30 out, very long left, Titans hold 6, quick 6 over bridge.
Pushing the Hyundai i20 AP4 through the opening stages, Hayden and John open up a lead of almost 2 minutes over their nearest competition.
Keeping it nice and clean, and lots of gravel this morning, and now it's like tarmac on the clean line, so it's like 2 different rallies in the same day, so enjoying it.
The second pass on the same stages, a repeat of the morning's loop, gives Hayden an opportunity to break stage records and continue his team's constant search for speed and perfection.
Plus opens wide. Now, very long left.
An unfortunate incident for second-placed Ben Hunt gives Hayden a chance to extend his margin and also secure the power stage points. By day's end, Hayden leads the field by nearly 4 minutes over his rivals.
Righto boys, so I've heard from Hayden, everything's pretty straightforward, so first thing we'll do is wheels off, wiggle wheels off, chuck the alignment pedals on, we'll check that. Basically, we just got to make sure we go just very thorough. Don't rush it, go through and just be very thorough with every single rod end, nut, bolt, all that sort of stuff. All the underbody will come off so we can make sure everything's checked properly. Because in the shorter services, quite often you don't have time to pull that off. So.
In the fading sunlight, the Hyundai is stripped and checked thoroughly.
Including your S3E01s though. Yeah.
As long as you've got 10 and 5, so it's for tomorrow.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, it's done a CV boot.
Oh, is it?
Yeah.
Do you want me to carry it?
She had a CV boot fail in that loop of stages. It's gone completely actually, so just pull the axle out now.
Biggest thing today has been managing it. We know it's a rally of 2 halves. The first morning, obviously, a lot of gravel, cars sliding around a lot, and managing the medium compound tyre. Then this afternoon on the hard compound tyre, but a very clean, swept line. And like ice if you go off the line, but if you stay on the line, there's a lot of grip, so therefore you change your driving style, you manage your tyres, obviously targeting the power stage today to make sure we've got maximum points there as well, so it's sort of really been a day of management, but we ticked all the boxes, no problems at all, everything's gone like clockwork, so yeah, really happy with how today's gone.
The team pieced the car back together before its return to Parc Fermé, an isolation area where teams are forbidden from carrying out work on the cars overnight.
All right, thank you. See you soon.
Sunday, the second day of competition. As the service park is illuminated by the stunning sunrise, Hayden and John line up at the opening stage of the day.
150, flat half, 5 right opens, 40, tuck max 6 left of a small crest.
Pushing hard early in the day, the pair extend their lead and, importantly, test themselves to reflect the pace needed for their upcoming European campaign.
Short 4 line, 20, turn past half, 1 right plus late, 40, flat left, 180.
By day's end, second place was retaken by Ben Hunt, while PRG employee Ari Pettigrew takes his first overall podium, making it a 1-3 for the Cromwell-based PRG team.
Crest, turn tuck, slow half to right.
But this was a particularly special win for Hayden and his family. Together with cousin Matt and Hayden's father Chris, they dedicate the win to Hayden's grandfather, Bruce, who sadly passed away the week prior to the event.
Awesome. Finish is actually up in there.
Thank you very much.
Thank you. Cheers.
That's more like it. Nice clean weekend.
Yeah, exactly.
That's the way it should be every time.
Well, these little things will always happen.
Grandad was helping us, you see.
Yeah, exactly. Looking over your shoulder.
Old Bruce.
It's there in the back seat. Did it for him.
Yeah, awesome weekend. We've ticked a lot of boxes this weekend and felt really, really good. Definitely a good step up in terms of how everything went from Otago. You know, even just how we managed the rally and managed the tyres between the morning and afternoon loops on both days. This morning loop with the sweeping was a big challenge, but hey, enjoyed it. Making some good progress. John and I both feeling really good in the car. Like always, the team just did an impeccable job. To have both Ari and I on the podium with the 2 cars is an awesome payback for everyone on the team. So awesome weekend, and now we look forward to the Timaru and trying to keep this momentum going forward.
Back at the finish ramp, the team join Hayden and John in celebrating a win, and also technician Ari Pettigrew's first podium.
When they gang up on one person, doesn't it, Ari? 3, 2, 1.
Following 2 days of rallying, the team are back in Auckland, giving some partners and celebrities a ride in the team's Hyundai rally car.
It's a good way to cure the post-rally blues. Day after the rally is always the worst day, but you get back in the car and it's all fixed.
Yeah, mate.
Yeah, so today we got a whole lot of Hyundai VIP guests out here for a hot seat ride. So day after the rally, it's a good way to shake down the rally blues, and we've got a whole lot of passengers who've never been in the car before. It's awesome. It's great to share the sport with so many people, because what you feel here in the car is very different to what you see from outside. So a good way to share it with people.
Radio star Roger Farrelly joins the team for an unexpected rollercoaster ride.
This is Hayden. Never experienced a rally car before. Been in V8 supercars and been lucky enough to do all that sort of thing, and actually crashed an RX-7, which I can't talk too much about, into a track at Hampton Downs. But I'm surprised I'm allowed back in a car actually, but I'm not driving it. So no, to answer your question, I have not. No. live off the track. That's holy shit.
I was pushing myself the rest of it after that.
I seriously don't know how I don't know how we came back alive.
Returning back to the team base, some 1,600 kilometres away in Cromwell, the car is prepared for the upcoming South Canterbury Rally. A month later, the car is ready to be pieced back together just a week out from the rally.
So we're going through the middle of the season service, which is quite an in-depth service. So as you can see, the car's stripped down to bare bones really. We've had the engine and gearbox out, the diffs out, the ball being stripped, assessed and refreshed. Yeah, it's a balancing act. Obviously this car and our other cars, they take priority over everyone else, but we do have a team now that is able to put a lot of focus and energy into customer vehicles, and pretty much we don't take on a job unless we know we can provide the same service as we give our cars.
After weeks of hard work, team technicians finalise the car preparation.
It's fitting the motor. It's currently 10 o'clock on Friday and it's racing on Sunday, so a little bit to do.
While a young star steps into the co-driver's seat.
Yeah, okay.
So we need to always make sure we're doing.
So my name's Jared Hudson. I'm 18 years old and I'm from Christchurch.
Jared Hudson, a passionate co-driver from a family of rally competitors, is stepping into the car under the guidance of John Kennard, while John prepares for the upcoming European campaign at his second home in Europe.
1 second. So we're here just getting my belts done. So obviously each person that sits in the seat is going to be slightly different size. So it's all about just getting these belts nice and the right size. So when we tighten them up, I'm nice and snug in the little seat.
Yeah, it's little stuff, putting wipers and stuff on, so yep, go for a squirt down the road, or not a squirt, just a drive down the road. Yep, make sure she's all good, put her on the trailer and go do some skids.
With the co-driver comfortable and the car prepared, the car is taken for a mechanical shakedown on the Highlands Motorsport Park racetrack, just outside the team's workshop.
Just doing final shakedown on track for this weekend. Just done a few anti-lag changes, so give it a bit more response for him. So see what he comes back and says.
South Canterbury, the annual return to Hayden's home district.
Yeah, it's always nice returning home. This is obviously where it all started in South Canterbury and back out on roads that I grew up on. So yeah, looking forward to the rally. Obviously the first of the one-day rallies this year, so definitely a sprint event, even more so with just how fast the stages are here. So you need a lot of commitment, but it's also stages where you need a lot of power from the car, and that's Achilles heel, if you like. So it puts us a little bit on the back foot, but we love a challenge. We've been working around the clock back in the workshop to try and find ways of how we can soften the impact of that. But in saying that, you know, I love these stages. They're fast, they're flowing. You need a lot of commitment, and before we go to Europe, we were also going to very, very fast rallies in Latvia, Estonia, Finland, and this is the perfect preparation. But we're expecting close competition. We know it's going to be a lot closer here than what it is in other rallies, so that means we do have to be pushing, and we do have to make sure we do a good job.
The rally once again begins with a ceremonial start.
Yeah, as expected, very, very fast. Some new stages are super fast here, so it's going to be a bit of basically a motorway, a drag race, so that's probably our Achilles heel, but nevertheless the stage is looking really awesome. Not too much gravel, which is good, but had a mix of dry and wet conditions in the rally, in the recce, so we're not quite sure what we're going to encounter tomorrow, whether that's going to dry out and be dry or whether it's going to stay wet, and that obviously dictates our tyre choice quite a lot, so a little bit tricky on that one at the moment. Freshen it up.
Looks like it's fading.
There you go.
Cars and drivers line the Mitre 10 car park, offering their respect for Hyundai New Zealand Rally's upcoming European tour.
You know, having Hayden go overseas and compete at that level and sort of bring that speed back here to New Zealand, it pushes all of us to be better and go faster. And even just having him here for the last few years has just brought the level of the championship up so much.
Hayden going overseas, it's really cool to have a Kiwi going back overseas and competing in a World Series, and it's really inspiring for us young guys to be looking up to someone and being able to get advice from someone who is going overseas and actually doing the events that we dream to do. So no, it's really exciting.
My experiences from overseas was I did the Junior World Rally Championship in 2018, and Hayden was there as well. And from what I've seen, just the experience you get over there, the ranges of roads, the different conditions, the skills you have to use, and the different ways you have to drive can only benefit Hayden over there, and also the knowledge he has bringing it back to New Zealand.
Alex, oi, I'm over here.
Jesus Christ. It's full of the cameras. Too early for that shit.
We'll go out and see how we go. Still haven't practiced yet, still haven't had a chance to test, so figure it out through stage 1.
A cool early Saturday morning awakes the team, preparing for 9 special stages across the Waimate and Timaru regions. With close competition expected, Hayden must push to create a gap over his fellow competitors. After the opening loop, Hayden and Jared have opened up a strong lead. But an overheating issue has the team worried.
Yeah, unfortunately, the car started actually using a little bit of water, so a bit unsure why. But, I mean, so far over the last, 4 years or whatever, we've never ever had an issue, so we'll just have to look into it. We've tried to put a bit of additive in to try and slow it down, to try and manage to get the car to the end. So just have to keep fingers crossed.
Reaching day's end, the team are relieved the Hyundai has shown its strong reliability, with a blast on Timaru Raceway as the final timed special stage.
Yeah, no, it's been an awesome day. Everything's gone reasonably well to plan. It hasn't been as stressless as is what it's looked from the outside. We've had a little overheating issue we've had to manage since about stage 3. So, but no, the guys have done everything they can to keep the car going and get us here to the end. And after that, it was really about managing the gap, but awesome stages to drive on, especially when they've had a bit of dampness in them like they have today. Lots of grip, and you can use it all, throw the car around and use all the road. And Jared's just done a phenomenal job in the car, like to step into the car with no shakedown, no test. First stage was the first time calling notes on his car. He had very, very big boots to fill, but he did an awesome job. So yeah, really proud of Jared, proud of the whole team. Yeah, 3 in a row, great way to start off the season and obviously get us warmed up before we head to Europe. I can't wait, and definitely we're ready. You know, if you asked me after a Otago rally if we're ready to get back in European competition, I would have said not quite. It wasn't quite gelling. But since Whangarei and then again here, the driving's felt really good. You know, driving within ourselves, but still driving in a very efficient way, and that's what we need when we go to Europe, because you know, it's going to be a whole new level in terms of competition. It's a big challenge for us all. We're all going into the unknown a little bit. But hey, this year's about sort of building up step by step. So yeah, good confidence booster before we head to Europe, and can't wait to get that program started.
Just 24 hours later, back at Hayden's apartment, he prepares to depart for Europe for his upcoming international events.
10 weeks on the road. So I'm not a great packer, so chuck it all in. But yeah, nearly 3 months in the summer. No, it's a big relief. Obviously, we've been waiting a long time for this, so felt like a long time ago when we set out on this challenge October last year, but this has come up real quick, so it's been a big logistics challenge, getting everything sorted, getting everything booked, going over without a car, obviously picking up the car over there and all the boys are coming next week to join us. So yeah, it's going to be a big journey. It's going to be a big 3 months. All right, thanks, mate.
Following a week later, the team of 4 come over to support Hayden and John alongside some international assistance.
So currently we've just checked in Queenstown Airport, about to head to Auckland and then get on the Big Bird and head to Europe. So looking forward to it. A couple of stopovers on the way before we get to Riga in Latvia. Oh, very excited. It's going to be an awesome trip. All the boys, and there's a pretty good crew going over. So there's a couple of boys staying at the workshop, keeping the engine room running, I guess you could say. So yeah, it's going to be great.